Hi everyone, I'm Jose and this is On Tour Exploring in the University of Buffalo, ready to experience the City of Light. On this tour, we'll visit this amazing city and its architectural and electrical history. We'll travel through time and discover the industrial legends that made Buffalo an icon. And we'll visit the city's water systems that expanded into the Great Lake Erie. So let's go on tour and explore the city of Buffalo, New York. The magnificent city at the border of Lake Erie, the city that harnessed the power of the Niagara River and became one of the world's first communities to adopt electricity. Buffalo, New York, the famous City of Light, where the Erie Canal Trail ends and opens up the voyage to the Great Lakes. It wasn't by accident that Buffalo became the City of Light. It was by resource, by connection, and larger expansion to the American West, trading goods from Erie to Ontario and the Atlantic Ocean. A city of expansion. So let's begin this early morning with Buffalo's history. Relics of the past. Like many American cities who experienced exponential growth during the industrial age, Buffalo is no different with the effects of deindustrialization. Silo City is a prime example. Silos that are 120 feet of concrete. It was called the world's largest grain elevator. The facility was used as grain storage and was decommissioned in 1963. Our tour begins at the ruins of Buffalo's past, a place which they call Silo City, at the merge between the Buffalo River and Lake Erie. Silo City was Buffalo's industrial revolution, which made them the largest grain port in the world. Grain elevators that can reach up to 15 stories high, reshaping the way farmers stored grains. The grain elevators were invented in 1842 by Joseph Dart and Robert Dunbar, helping them unload and store the grain coming from the Erie Canal. We see grain elevators across farmlands and pay no attention. But this simple invention out of Buffalo helped farmers produce grain in less time, creating a path to feed an expanding population. Now, to travel to the other side of town, where Buffalo's Industrial Park has reimagined the remains of the grain silos. And from the corner of our window, we see a titan in Buffalo's history, General Mills, where Cheerios has been produced at this site since the 1940s. The towering grain silos of Buffalo have become a place of gathering, where they host music festivals, art programs, and community theater, a hotbed of inspiration for creatives. Silo City has also been restored into apartments while building a new future as a unique housing campus. And when I peek through the open ceiling, I'm left astounded by this beautiful engineering leading to the Buffalo River. This is the city of Buffalo, the second largest city in the state of New York. Buffalo was founded in 1801 and quickly became one of the world's greatest seaports. Buffalo, one of the first cities to use electricity, has seen many changes to its industries, but it remains a staple of New York's prosperity and growth. Let's talk about the famous Buffalo, the city that laid out the foundation for the future, where every American city followed in its footsteps. Welcome to Buffalo's downtown, and the gorgeous aerial view of its skyscrapers, beginning with that fantastic architecture of Buffalo's City Hall, one of the tallest municipal buildings in America and Western New York. Every city in upstate contains at least one fascinating and unique structure, and this City Hall is right up there with the most memorable. The design is Greek-inspired, portraying the constructive versus destructive side of life, truly planned out by an artist building a poetic blueprint for the city.
The center of Buffalo. It's a utopia of skyscrapers, museums, exquisite scenery, and unique architecture. It's a mixture of designs comprised of art styles from all over. It makes up the composition of a city whose story travels with the birth and growth of American history.
And the Buffalo History Museum adds to the mix of breathtaking architecture, giving me a moment of zen in their Japanese garden. The History Museum is influenced by the Parthenon of Athens, with the Monument of Lincoln overlooks the Hoyt Lake. Buffalo's no stranger to presidents.
At this very place, Teddy Roosevelt became the 26th president of the United States of America when he was inaugurated in 1901.
Roosevelt's inauguration was a one-of-a-kind event where President William McKinley succumbed to assassination injuries earlier that day.
Buffalo is known as a city of light. It was the first American city to expand its electrical grid and create streetlights, and that's due in part to its connection with the Niagara Falls. The waterfalls pumps up to 6 million horsepower of energy. Nikola Tesla and George Westinghouse created the world's first hydroelectric power plant. According to Tesla, this plant began the electrification of the world.
Buffalo built a system of illumination where other cities were still burning candles, and the reconstructed electric tower shines with the memories of the famous Pan-American Exposition, the 1901 World's Fair that took place in Buffalo, highlighting the new era of America, focused on the advancement of energy, a breakthrough that famously began in Buffalo. The great journey of visiting the Queen City takes us to the Naval Park on the Canalside, containing all types of military vehicles, making it the largest inland naval park in the country, with vessels that have served all types of conflicts from America's history. And my curiosity and love for design lead me directly into the amazing Sullivan Destroyer. So follow me on this beautiful ship to experience the one-of-a-kind destroyer who was named after the 5 Sullivan brothers. Loaded with a torpedo, I simply gasp at the size of the warhead and invite everyone to see it in person.
The history of America's battles is a fascinating story, and the USS Sullivan here in Buffalo is something you definitely have to come check out.
This ship is named after the 5 Sullivan brothers, who lost their lives during World War II while aboard the USS Juno. The Juno was sunk by a Japanese submarine, making this the greatest military loss by an American family during World War II. And I pick up the phone, suddenly surprised to hear voices on the other end.
I'm getting a workout just trying to go through the little doors.
As I voyage into the submarine, my stature of 6'1" make it a small challenge to get around without bumping my head, leaving me as bright red as the face on this torpedo. And while we get closer to the exit, I look back at the battles this ship's endured, from World War II to Korea. It's a vessel full of haunting stories, but the light bleeding through the ship doors guide me to the spectacular scenery of Buffalo's surrounding waters.
Buffalo is another city in New York State that connects to a Great Lake. At the tail end of Rochester, they border Lake Ontario, and in Buffalo, we're surrounded by Lake Erie.
This is the fantastic waterfront of Buffalo, the connection to the Great Lake Erie, where the shores are filled with boats, jet skis, canoes, and locals, having a blast in this amazing city. As the sun begins to set, we see the silhouette of the ships occupying the waters and kicking off the exciting nightlife of Buffalo. Lake Erie is 57 miles wide, and on a clear day, you can make out some of the lights of Ontario, Canada. From the Basin observation deck, it feels like everything is at a distance, where the boats look small in comparison, and the activity on the Erie Marina re-energizes the ambience of the City of Light. And I'm just excited to end my tour in such an amazing city, known for its friendly culture and die-hard Buffalo Bills fans.
From the observation deck, you're able to see all of Buffalo and Erie. So come up and enjoy the view.
Let's make our way to the final path of the Erie Canal, the Canalside, which is an entertainment venue full of roller skaters, bringing back the vibes of the 70s. Buffalo, New York is one of the best places to live in the state, and we can define why. The history, architecture, and culture, the sports, outdoors, and environment gives this city all the accolades it's known for, and being the final stop for the Erie Canal, the astonishing transportation system that breathed life into New York State.
What remains of the Erie Canal? I mean, this is pretty much it. You're looking at it. At Buffalo, it's the tail end, and it just goes out into the Erie Harbor. Buffalo, New York, a city with exceptional history. From being a pioneer of electricity to expanding trade with the Erie Canal, Buffalo is a city that put design and engineering to the forefront, truly making it one of the marvels of New York State. This is Jose for On Tour. If you like what you've seen today, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and share. If you'd like to know more about the places I've been to, please see the links below. Until next time.